So let's start by last week, obviously that postponement. Was it a blessing or not for you?
No, you never want to miss games, and I think it was, you do all your work, all your prep work, and we were ready to leave at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden, I thought it was always going to be in doubt because of what came down, the snow on the Friday, and I think they worked very hard to get the game on, but unfortunately, it is what it is. We trained over the weekend, the players weren't off, give us a chance to get out and do some work, so we've again been back out all week.
So probably fair to say there maybe was some benefit in there with that extra work.
Well, you've got to make the most of that time. It's too easy to give people days off. It's about working and trying to develop and keeping introducing new things as we go along all the time. We're still working very hard on sort of, just changing one or two things. So, the weekend become a working weekend.
And more time for Sean McAllister to get involved, obviously, with his signing last week and a bit longer before his debut.
Yeah, he comes with great experience. He's coming from a very, very good level and a good age. So, I hope that he'll come in and he'll benefit everybody of what he can bring to us.
How is he physically? Obviously, you wouldn't have signed him if he wasn't fit, but he has been troubled with injuries in the past. He has,
and again, he's played the last 3 reserve games for Grimsby before he came here. So, he's got that minutes under his belt. He's trained this week very, very well. Touch wood. He comes and gives us a great month, and at the end of the month we can have a sort of a good conversation on how well he's been for us.
In the short term, I would imagine maybe a little bit of a shuffle going on in the team if you're to accommodate him?
No, it just improves competition, for places. Again, I think, you want experience in the group, certainly when you're challenging to make sure that you're in the playoffs coming in the season, and I think, it's important that you bring the players in with the right mentality, that are brave on the ball, and also can play under that sort of pressure as well.
Is he likely to make his debut this weekend?
He will. He'll come straight in.
So with that, somebody must go out?
No, not necessarily. Again, we're not sort of changing formations. We're not changing massive personnel. It's just, there'll be slight sort of, that he'll come in and, we'll work from there going forward.
So let's look at your other signing this week, Alex Patterson on loan. Just tell us about him.
Again, a very, attacker-minded person in his game. Got great ability, come through a great sort of upbringing. He's had a good 10-11 year in the Premiership at Middlesbrough. I think he was really on the verge of really breaking through before he got himself an injury sort of 5 or 6 months ago. So again, he's another one that's sort of just coming through that sort of that journey back to playing some football and senior football, and he's right. He's got a bit about him. He has. I know him quite personally well, and someone that hopefully will give us that little bit of extra of what we're looking for.
And you must be confident he can make that step up to senior football from the level he's been playing at Middlesbrough.
He's got to. This is the test now. He's played in the 23s, and it gets a bit comfortable for some players. And he needs a challenge, and he needs to come here and show how good he is to go push his career on. And he's got to use this as a stepping stone for that.
Good for him. Is it a risk for you playing a player like that?
No, there's no risk. You do your homework as a manager before anybody comes in, and you've got to believe in what you're doing is the right things. And as I say, he'll be a great asset to what we're doing.
So coming back after his loan spell this week is Simon Heslop. Can you just outline what the situation is now with him?
Well, he's back. He's not available for selection this weekend because I'll just make that clear that that is not the case. The ruling is that he's not eligible to play this weekend for York City. And is that because he's cup tied, or is that your decision? No, because the rules are the rules. The rules are that he's not eligible to play for the club this weekend. So we've had that checked out through the FA, and that's exactly where we are. But he's back with us. We're looking to get him back out on loan. And that's as far as we are with Simon at this moment in time. And will he be part of your plans until you can get him back out on loan? No, he'll not be part of the club's plans at all. I made that quite clear. There's no change in that. He spoke quite clearly that he didn't want to play for York, and he won't play for York City. So on to this weekend's match. Cup competition, FA Trophy again. You've said before you'd quite like that run to get City back into the final. Do you approach this game any differently to what you would a league match? No, it's a winning mentality. It's a one-off game. You don't want to be going and sort of going through 90 minutes and having a replay again. It's making sure that we get this job done. And if the real right mentality, it's going to be a real tough game. We know how good they are. We know how they play the game. We've had them watched numerous times this season, and we only had them here a month ago ourselves. So, we're well aware of what they're about. But we go in there really looking forward to a real good footballing game.
And tough on their home ground as well, because they've got an incredible home record, haven't they?
They have. You know, they're a team that's they get better as the season goes on. You know, they had a bit poor start, and there was a reason for that. But equally, you know, they've picked up results. They've got a great manager who has a good style, a good philosophy, and as I said, it'll be a very, very tough game. But it's a game that we know we're going there full of confidence, expecting to come back with a win.
And a challenge that you hope your players will rise to then.
They've got to. That's what you get paid to do. That's your job. It's your living, it's your livelihood, and you've got to go out with that winning mentality, that doggedness. That we've got to go there and scrap and fight, and have a real ruthless side to us as well.
And just to round up your squad, any player, any injuries that you're worried about, anything to be concerned about for the weekend?
No, we've got a clean bill of health, so we're happy in that front. So it gives me a good problem. It's picking the right 16 to be in the squad.